Hello, greetings, and welcome back to Mimas for more of The Brutal Start with me, 54-Bear, in what is rapidly becoming a catalogue of cock-ups. Okay, the latest being having to add to the funkiness of the pipework with a temporary atmospherics unit plonked down here, and I very thoughtfully put it right in front of my oxygen bottle filler. So slight panic situation, but I'm okay. I've got 7,000 kPa of breathable oxygen, and it is pure oxygen, so that's all good. And yes, the observant among you may have realized that having two ice crushers right next to each other, one for volatiles and one for oxide, was a bad idea, because when you get to feeding them, it's like feed one, feed one, feed one, feed one. Yeah, I put volatiles in the oxide one, and it already started crushing before I realized what had happened. I didn't want to reload the save game, so I figured, okay, I'll have a way of dealing with it. Now, fortunately, I did turn the crusher off almost immediately, so none of it actually made it into the, well, none could have made it into the oxygen tank anyway, but the amount in there was fairly small. So slap down a filtration unit, put it into the feed, which is this olive green coloured pipe that feeds into the oxygen filter. And this one is just filtering out the volatiles, spitting it out here and putting it into the small volatile storage. I have expanded the capacity a little bit, went with a little extra funkiness just for reasons. I won't keep it there because this does seriously narrow the gap. I mean, I can walk through there, that's not a problem, but I don't like there being this much. Plus, it completely makes it impossible for me to, at least I think it's impossible for me to pull an air tank out of there. So it's only going to be there temporarily, and it should work out okay. This wonderful little cooling system I have for the base is going to need some reworking, because the temperatures in here do get cold enough for the oxygen to liquefy. I was kind of surprised at that. I mean, I don't lose anything because I have a liquid drain inside the greenhouse, so any gas that liquefies leaches out of here into the room where it evaporates and becomes gas again. But that does mean over time the amount of gas in this cooling network will just get smaller and smaller and smaller. So what I will probably do at some point is add an active vent onto the end of it and periodically just fill it up to 2 megapascals or something like that. So even though some of the liquid or some of the gases will liquefy, I don't lose anything, so it just gets recycled into the greenhouse. I do want to get some additional seeds, so I've put a platform here is where I think I'm going to put the landing pad. Not certain what direction I'll get. I mean, for screenshots it'd be nice if they came in this way with Saturn in the background, but I really don't know. I've gone down to 2 plants. I had been growing 4, but I have a bit of a surplus of potatoes now in my little mini fridge down there, and that's good enough. But I do want to get a seed trader so I can get soybeans, make oil, make French fries. Yes. I mean, French fries isn't really an end game food, but it does give you a serious boost to your thirst level, as it's considered a 4-star complex food, I guess. Yeah, I had some comments on the station battery. Yes, I was way too reluctant to put it down. It has made life a lot easier. But I was interested to see how far you can go without it. And I was kind of surprised. I mean, certainly not into endgame material. Oh, looks like we may... No. Oh, of course, I was looking at the wrong pipe network. Okay, that has nothing in it. That has no volatiles in it. This is why I don't like that narrow gap there. But this still does. Filter's still good. Okay, I mean, there is a lot of pressure in there, but there could be more. Likewise here. Yeah, so this brown pipe network has no volatiles in it, and yet it is connected to this ice crusher. That still has 78 moles in it. Interesting. Right, I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to add another inline version or another inline tank to increase the capacity. That will lower the pressure on the pipe side, which will allow this thing to export, and maybe even break in and add a pump that will actually pump the stuff out. Interesting. So because my guess is because the pressure is exactly the same, it just won't, it's acting like a one-way valve. It won't allow anything through, and of course that's trapping the volatiles and also the nitrogen inside the thing. I don't want to dismantle this thing again, because then I have to pull apart all this and what's the word I'm looking for? Reset the settings using logic so that it actually works a lot faster. Interesting. Okay, right, side project, and I don't have any volume pumps or anything. Okay, well, I think a back pressure regulator will probably work for this. So we'll just print out one of those. I probably have enough cable. Let's see, do I have any? Should add some utility to it as well. Yeah, well, pipe utilities are always fun. All right, we'll just get a couple of those. Oh, and I also, in case you hadn't noticed, I also made a tracking beacon. You can navigate around using the GPS, but it got to a point where, no, the tracking beacon is just so much more convenient. All right, that's that there. Oh. It's either a question of not enough or too much coffee today. All right, so I think I should be able to tap into it here. And then we'll just go up there. Up there. Very funky. Funky Pipe Club would approve, I'm sure. And of course, this is the problem when you are messing around with really silly pipe networks. And it goes the wrong way. Of course it does. Oh, that's the wrong one. I wanted a back pressure regulator. There we go. Well, can definitely get that wired in. Probably easier doing it this way, to be honest. There we go. Right, so we set this to 0, turn it on, and that should fill it up. I don't actually know whether I needed the extra utility, but yeah, why not? Right, so the pressure's going down and the volatiles are going down. That's good. So in theory, the back pressure regulator will keep this pipe
Power critical.
Below what it needs to be. Oh, let's just swap that over while... Yeah, so the back pressure regulator isn't that fast, but it is relatively low power. So that should pull all the gas out. There's no crossfeed between these. This is just a temperature extraction device, this heat exchanger. So now that should work. So a temporary fix to the temporary fix. Rumour has it this is how Funky Pipe Club got started. Yeah, when I'm done with that, I shall take this utility off and I'll add it to the monstrosity that is the hydrogen storage. There's no excuse I should have put a big tank in, and at some point I will. In fact, I've already put a base for it. It's going to go up here on top of the oxygen one. I mean, if you're going to store volatiles, you may as well store it next to the oxidizer. It needs to explode, right? I think that's just basic science. So yes, also the battery, I don't know whether there's a glitch in the game or in my save, but yeah, it got up to 2 bars, then 3, then 4, and I've actually had it blue where it was like fully charged. The only difference I've made is the switch to smart tanks, plus slightly better quality fuel. But I've run the network analyzer on this. It's still less than 700 watts. So it's not a huge difference. I think the big difference is because I'm putting in a bigger fuel tank, this thing runs more consistently. And as I have a reasonable supply of fuel, because I keep going out mining for it, then I'm able to keep these smart canisters full, and this runs longer. I mean, it doesn't run out of fuel and sit idle for anywhere near the length of time that it used to. So maybe that's it. Anyway, I should have put the station battery in sooner, but it's there now. So. Well, this is obviously going to take a while, so I should just let that run in the background. Now, I do want to get the trading things put together. I think they all come out of here. So, landing pad basic, that's going to need a chunk of steel, and I'm fairly certain I throw all the spare ingots in here. Yep. I still don't have any stackers, so... Right, I'm just going to go with a 3x3. I really don't want to get into trading heavily. I think I need 10 because you need like a control thing as well, which comes out of this kit. So that'll do that. I need a computer. I need satellite dish. I think they made changes a while back which mean you don't actually need to have a vending machine. If you're just trading one or two items, they'll actually put the stuff in your hand, I think. I'm not actually certain that it works that way, or whether when I did it, it was just a glitch. So we shall find out. All right, so that's 6, so I need another 4. I'm just going to go with the small dish because I'm only looking for the small traders. It'd be nice to get Dargaferns, but I'm not holding my breath. I think for those you need the giant size
Hydration
trading stuff,
critical.
and that's just not going to work. Don't know why hydration's critical when I got 20%. Right, so decision times. Where will we have the approach vector? I think we'll do it like that, so he comes in that way. And now we'll just do something very basic. Right, now doing it that way means the trader will land here. So I think this one can go here, like so. I really don't think you need to do anything on this once it's built. Yeah, that'll work. So bunch of steel sheets. Do I have any? Yes, I do. And yes, I am just going to ignore that buzzing sound. Now, give myself a bit of a walking area first. Cable cord. Oh, that's a bugger. All right. All right. Well, that'll print 20. That's fine. I'll need a lot more than that. Keep hold of that. Don't think I need the pipe any longer. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put the satellite dish up here as well and just have it all self-contained. I will run some stairs up here. The machines are going to end up getting moved, so I'm not worried about the inconvenience of things. Right, so computer, satellite dish. All right, I'm gonna need more copper. So one computer. Communication motherboard needs silver. And hopefully the was it $200 that they start you with? Hopefully that'll be enough to get some seeds. Don't really have that much I can sell. Right, so satellite dish, yeah, we'll just go with the small one. The other reason is, you know, we have to be very cognizant of the fact that we don't have a lot of power to throw at this thing. So, you know, I think the medium satellite dish uses up to 9,000 watts, something like that. I don't recall. But I was kind of surprised that I needed to put in, you know, the one time I tried it, I needed heavy cable for it. So, and at the moment, I don't have anything. I don't have a single piece of heavy cable anywhere because everything is so low powered. All right. What else am I going to want? Well, more cable coil. Oh, I also need a power. APC. Out of copper already? Wow. Okay. So we'll get one of those. Probably need some more batteries as well. Okay. That's how much cable coil will we get? Well, almost 2 stacks. That's fine. We'll probably want to get another battery. That's okay. So we will put the power unit here. Okay. That'll work. So to begin with, I could run it off just the battery, I think. But I don't know if that's really viable or not. All right. So we'll put down the dish. Oh, let's make it somewhat realistic, I guess. Put the dish there, and we'll put the computer next to it. Like so. Easy walk past. All right. Motherboard goes in there. Probably will have to go and take care of the drink situation in a moment. Right, so what does that need? Welding torch and iron sheets. Yeah, really need a stacker. And who knows whether anything got shunted into the furnace. Yeah, this is just madness. I've had stuff land in here before now. Okay, let's get these annoying alerts taken care of. 2 potatoes are doing okay. Also might be having a bit of a water crunch. I was running the H2 combustor for an extended period of time, and I didn't notice that my drinking water supply had got right up to like 200 degrees, so I can't, at the moment, I can't fill my water bottles. No, I don't want to swap. Okay, so 1 potato there, 11 in there, too growing, so I'll be fine. I do want to build up the seed supply though. You know, at some point we will be going to a full-size greenhouse type of deal, and it would be nice to get as many spuds in the ground as we can. Oh, that one there. How are we doing in here? Right, so we're getting some... Actually, that's water vapor. No, that's oxygen. Yeah, so some of the oxygen is actually liquidizing in that pipe as it's got down low enough, I guess. So, but it's not a problem. As I said, not losing it. Comes out of here, stays in the room. At some point I will need maybe to repressurize that system. Although by then maybe I'll have solved all the power issues and we'll be running an air conditioning unit. Time will tell.
Low pressure.
And
Low. Pressure
yeah.
critical. Oxygen critical. Temperature critical.
Yeah, I should have a buck for every time that's happened. All right, where were we? Iron sheets, that's what I needed. I have one. How many did it need? Probably more than one. No, we're good. Oh, and of course I left all the cable coil I just printed in here. Whee! Alrighty, so theoretically we have a working trade system. In practice, I'm going to need some way of filling it up, or getting the APC powered. Now, I could just steal that battery down there, but I don't know that that would be enough. So I will run some cable from where? Well, I can't run it underneath those cupboards, so it really has to come through here. So I'll go along there. And go a bit cheaty here. I'm going to run the cable underground. I think that's where it needs to go. No, it's not. So I'm going to have a yeah. All right. Let's see. To just get this come straight down, and we can do the bendy thing in the middle. All right. So even without a battery, this thing should still work. We shall see. Crowbar. Turn that on, turn that on, turn that on, and watch my battery power plummet. Well, better be quick about it. So, all alloys. Hydro left contact, so. Right, none of these are going to sell seeds based on the name, so I'll just shut all that off. And it'd be nice to have some stairs. And yeah, I know, I could build, I mean, if you don't have enough to build stairs, you just build some cladding. Show you what I mean. Just one iron for each of these. two of them will make a ramp that is exactly the same slope as the stairs, like a 2-to-1 slope. So that's just using one, you get a single slope, and that's using two. So
Power low.
cheap staircase. If you're doing a brutal on Vulcan, where you have all the crevices and stuff, this can be a quick way of, or cheap way of building a staircase, because a regular staircase I think is 15 iron. Kit stairs, yeah, I mean they look better, but there are times when cladding works. Cladding looks good too, but I shall print a staircase just to get it looking somewhat real-ish. And where do I want it? Well, I could have two. Yeah, looks a little better. Yeah, so what I might do is I might extend the starting platform along and put the printers in this area here. So, little stairwell. Now, one thing I didn't notice was how long that trader had to live. So, in theory, he leaves contact in about 6-7 minutes. I think that's what this means. So, and that's 6 of real-world minutes. So, and this will tell you who is contactable. I don't know what Cosmic Clouds does, but it doesn't sound like food. Hydro Harvest, yeah, that sounds like you'd be doing seeds, potentially. So, yeah, I'm not going to bother calling down traders that aren't going to have anything that I want. There's, excuse me, there's nothing I have, well, there's nothing I can sell that they would possibly want, so. Yeah, bad habit of leaving all these things on. I may invest in a proximity sensor to turn things on and off. I did that one on one of my Mimas playthroughs, and it actually worked surprisingly well. Right, so maybe I'll be better off putting a pump here. We shall try. Uses a bit more power, but now which way is this going to go?
Waste tank critical.
Lovely. So yeah, now it'll just be a straight replacement. So that's definitely increasing the pressure, so
Oxygen low.
it's able to keep up with it. Oh yeah, Pressure's dropping nicely now.
Oxygen critical.
Why is oxygen critical?
Temperature low.
All right. Yeah, it's just because the waste tank had filled up beyond capacity. That's why you never want to bother putting a smart tank in your waste slot. The suit will only pump the waste tank up to, I think, 4 megapascals maximum. So having a high capacity tank there is largely meaningless. Right, so where were we? Right, yes, we were extracting things out of here. And to be honest, with having 2 filtration units working on that, I could still be throwing oxide into it. And to be honest, I could get rid of this one and just have this one and have it process both of them. Probably makes more sense, actually, but that would mean defunkifying the pipes, and I'm not certain I'm quite emotionally prepared to do that. Can this read it from here? Now at this point, taking the volume pump out and putting the back pressure regulator in may make sense, because I think the back pressure regulator would deal with the low pressures better than the volume pump does. Well, it's good enough. I've still got just under 5 megapascals of... Actually, that one can go off too. I've got 5 megapascals of breathing gas, so I don't need to deconstruct this thing right now. So I will let it continue to run and pull all of the volatiles out, and then at that point I can deconstruct it and get back to my oxygen supply. Yeah, I should check the water. Well, it's down to 100 degrees. I don't know whether that's... Yeah, it's still too hot. I had to throw a second radiator up there. Ooh. Yeah, I may relocate this water bottle filler, because I will be using it for a while for the hydroponics. The starting crops I'm going to have aren't going to require huge amounts of water. I'm certainly not going with switchgrass. So whatever I can get out of here, like 5 or 6 litres at a time, is going to be perfectly adequate. The starting water canister they give you on normal starts, I think you get 11 litres in that. You throw that in a portable hydroponics, and you can grow mushrooms right from the beginning of the game for about 300 days, I think, like 300 in-game days. So it lasts a long time. Unless, of course, you're using the plants and nutrition mod, in which case I don't know. Haven't played with it myself, probably never will. Right, I don't know if I need that GPS cartridge any longer. And I do need a new battery. Yeah, I did turn the combustor off because I wanted to make certain that some of the water would cool down. I could just have closed off these, I guess, and left the combustor running, but you know, we're already at as big a, I don't want to put any more pressure in that tank. And 55 megapascals, if we had it, we're in an atmosphere, the chorus of groaning pipes would be quite deafening. Right, so this looks like it's going to take a while, but I can continue to run that. That will reduce the pressure in here, and the higher the concentration of volatiles, I think the faster this thing works, or the less work it has to do, put it that way. So yeah, that was a mistake turning that off. Oh, shit. That's weird. There's no way on earth there should be volatiles in here. Because this has only ever been... Oh, yes, there is. God damn it. Oh. Okay, now I have to make the piping a little bit more funky. Actually, oh, and I got volatiles in here too. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That was incredibly stupid of me. Yeah, because all this is doing... I still had my mindset thinking that I was pulling the nitrogen out, but of course I'm actually pulling the oxygen out. Everything else goes in here. So the volatile, as soon as I turned it on, it said, okay, volatiles is not oxygen, put it out into the black pipe network. Right. So quick way of fixing this is... Well, fortunately, I have a lot of jetpack fuel, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to need some pipes. But on the plus side, we get to do some more funky pipe works. And funky pipe works are always fun. All right, so we'll just connect those. Now, what I need to do is connect the black pipe to this. The easiest thing is just running across there. But that is boring. We don't want to do that, do we? No. We want to do something that looks totally stupid. Like that. Totally unnecessary, but yeah. So this now connects that to that. I don't want to waste all this because there is a lot of nitrogen in there. Well, there's a lot of everything in there now. Fortunately, at these temperatures, I don't have to worry about anything combusting or auto-combusting. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to be living with this for a little bit longer. Not happy. Yeah, I'm going to need another volatiles filter. Right, well, this can continue to run because this will pull all the oxygen out. That needs to get done. That's going to leave just the nitrogen and the volatiles in this pipe. This will get rid of the volatiles, eventually leaving just nitrogen in this pipe, at which point I can correct the pipe networks. So yeah, we'll suck out the oxygen here, we'll suck out the volatiles here, everything left will be nitrogen, and order will be restored to the universe. At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, well, we didn't actually
Power critical.
achieve that much today, or this episode. Not that I ever do achieve that much anyway. I'll grab that one as a spare. I do like having a spare battery with me so that if I'm in the middle of doing stuff, I can just do a quick battery swap and not have to worry about things. Okay, Cosmic Tools and More. Does not sound like it'll have seeds. Yeah. Not going to waste my time with them. Yeah, so didn't do that much. I did manage to put a frame under here. It took several attempts and some interesting results, which I tried to video but was spectacularly unsuccessful at. One time I did actually launch it. Let's see what happens if I try and weld underneath it. That one should be okay. This one should be okay. Now this might be an issue. No. Oh, okay. Then we have an adult weeble-wobble toy. Can I... Whoop. Oh, no, it doesn't seem to want to weeble-wobble. I wonder if I can turn it around so it faces the... We'll get that orange light, or the seat facing the base. No. Jetpack alone is not enough. Yeah, but I had some interesting results trying this, and more than once it got launched skyward, never to be seen again. So, yeah. Super wide angle view. Well, yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you found something useful and interesting, or found something useful and of interest. Leave a comment if you have any questions, observations, suggestions, or dad jokes. I'd be happy to read them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. 54-Bear out.